Hi guys, welcome back. So I did a kind of vote on my Instagram a couple of weeks ago on what you wanted my next video to be, and the makeup drawer storage was the favourite one. However, I am in the process of moving my stuff into a new room. So I've decided to do a makeup look today, and I will film the makeup storage / moving into my new room in a couple of weeks. I've done kind of like a bronzy, sun-kissed kind of look. Yeah, just a really easy, everyday, soft glam, ready for work today. So yeah, if you want to see how I recreated this, keep on watching, and I shall see you soon. Bye. Right, so first I am going to start by prepping my skin. My skin was a bit funny last night, so I got a little sample of the Kiehl's cannabis oil, which really helps with like any little spots in the skin. My skin's pretty clear this morning, but I'm just gonna use the ordinary glycolic acid toning solution first. I'm just going to put it onto a cotton pad, and I'm just going to rub it all over my skin first. Glycolic acid helps to kind of exfoliate the top of your skin so that any like dead skin cells come off. It can tingle a little bit. It is like put in some skincare, help with like aging and things like that as well. This is like £6 from The Ordinary. They've got great skincare stuff. So I'm going to use cream wise. Like I said, I got some samples from Kiehl's because I did some training with them the other week at work, and I've been loving the Ultra Facial Cream. So I'm going to use that first, which is just like a 24-hour lightweight hydrating formula. Can you tell I'm reading the thing? It's just a moisturiser, but it's super lightweight. Good for all skin types. You can use it on oily skin. They do have different ranges, so if you are a bit drier or you are like super oily, they do have a range for that as well. So loving the Kiehl stuff at the moment. Primer wise, I'm going to use the BECCA Skin Love Primer, which is the Brighten and Blur Primer infused with Glow Nectar. So this is like a blurring primer, so it comes out like a bit, I don't know, it's a bit weird, the texture, but then when you rub it in, it goes super hydrating. It almost feels like at first Benefit a professional one, but then when you rub it in, it's dead hydrating. So I'm going to put that on first, pop that all over, and our skin is prepped. I have a bit of a dodgy eye this morning because I stayed at home last night and we're stroking Malcolm because I've not seen him in a while, which for those of you that don't know, Malcolm's my cat, and I am super allergic to him, so I sound like I've got a cold, but I've not, I'm just allergic to my cat. So I always start with brows first, which I'm going to use the Benefit 24-hour brow setter, which I'm probably going to get a new one of these today because it's running out a little bit. So I don't really put anything through my brows apart from this, which some people find weird. They're like, why are your brows so spiky? Because I like them like that, thanks. So I literally just comb this through them, which is just a clear brow gel. They do have tinted ones as well, which are really nice, but I still would use this to kind of set them in place because they are not as settable. I don't know what you call it. They're not as set as this. So yeah, that is literally all I do to my brows, is just spike them up. I did tint them recently, so I definitely don't need to put any colour or anything in them. I have now started to put concealer around the edges, just because they can look a little bit untidy sometimes, which I've been absolutely fine with, but recently I've been thinking I want them to look a bit neater. I've just picked up one colour concealer, so I'm just going to go and get the other one. So I'm going to use the Kat Von D Lock-It concealer, sorry, and I've actually got a light one neutral, which is pretty much white. So then I've got like 5 neutrals. It's a bit of a jump. Really good concealer. I've not used it in ages, to be honest. So I'm going to use it today. So I'm just going to put that on a flat brush. This is the MAC 247. Trying to do this so you guys can see, because I normally hold the mirror like here. So it kind of, if you like, you know when you need your eyebrows doing and you've got like loads of stray hairs, concealer can kind of cover that up. Obviously not like massively, but any like little bits at the ends, it can definitely tidy up. So good little tip there. And then do the other eye. Now you want to make sure this concealer is either matching your skin quite exact or a little bit lighter, because I did it yesterday with a slightly darker colour. Well, I thought it was the same colour as my skin, but it clearly wasn't. And you could tell that I had concealer there, so just make sure it's the right colour. Next, I'm not really going to do loads on my eyes today. And when I'm doing that, I always do my foundation first. So if I'm doing a heavy eye, do my eyes first. If I'm doing a natural eye, I do my base first. So I'm going to do my base first. I don't really know what foundation to use. Let's have a little look. Oh, I might actually use the Huda one. Yeah, I'm going to use the Huda one. So this one's quite an old one. And I am shade Macaroon, which is probably going to be more matching my neck because my face is so pale. So I'm just going to pump. Oh. It's like nothing in this. Because it's been laid down in the drawer. It's like all ran to the side. So I'm just going to scoop that out. So this is quite a full coverage foundation, and people are quite shocked when I say that I've got it on. Because it is so full coverage, but I don't really put a lot on. And I think it's the way I put it on that makes it look like I've not got like a super full coverage of it. I always use the Huda foundation brush, Buff and Blend it's called. I use that with any foundation that I use. So you can just see that it completely takes out like the redness in my cheeks. I just kind of like stipple it on and blend. But yeah, definitely by far one of the best foundation brushes. I've replaced this once, I think. But yeah, apart from that, it washes okay. Like, it is white normally, which you can probably see just at the tip, at the bottom, sorry, that it is really white, so it's hard to get back to that natural state, even with the Beauty Blender cleanser. Okay, so I have done my foundation. I can't remember if I said in my last video that I'm not really liking wearing concealer at the moment, so I am going to use the Flawless Filter from Tilbury. This is shade number 1. which is quite light, but I'm going to use it under my eyes. So I'm literally just going to put a load on underneath my eye, right up to my temple. Because this is more of a matte foundation, I love to like get it back to more of a glowy stage by putting this on. And I mean, it's not got like loads of coverage, but I just find that it sits really nice under the eye, because I feel like some concealers can be super heavy. So I'm just using a beauty blender. I haven't wet it because I'm lazy. I mean, I feel like you don't really need to wet them unless you're doing a whole face, but it's good to wet them, so maybe wet them. So I've just done that, and you can see that glow, a little bit on the chin, a little bit on the nose, a bit on the forehead. Okay, so that is our concealer done. This is a MAC palette pan thing, and they obviously do them where you can put your own eyeshadows and things in them. These are the face powders. Obviously this one's been used super heavily. This is a new one, and I've actually got a backup one because I love it that much. So it's actually a powder called Emphasize, and I've literally used this for years and years and years. I've not really been powdering my under eye recently. With this, I've been using the Estee Lauder Double Wear. Is it Double Wear? It's not even Double Wear. Why is it when you say Estee Lauder you automatically think, oh, Double Wear? It's not Double Wear, it's just the Estee Lauder Set Blur Finish pressed powder. But it's not really got like that glow in it, and because I've just put all that glow underneath my eyes, I don't really want to go and matte it. So if you are putting like a glowy concealer on, or a glowy anything on your face that's liquid, and you're setting it with powder, make sure the powder's glowy. Otherwise it's just going to completely mattify it down. Laura Mercier do like a glow translucent powder rather than their original one, which is really nice. I can't actually remember where I got this powder from, but it's a Korean brand. It's 3CE Satin Chiffon Loose Powder, and it's actually got like a proper shine to it. I mean, I don't use it all the time because it is quite shiny, and it is a face powder, as you can see how shiny that is. You could almost use it as like a highlight on really fair skin. However, that under the eye is quite nice, but used very sparsely. Next, I am going to bronze. I think I might just use a powder one. I have been using the Natasha Denona Sculpt and Glow palette recently, which has got cream and powder in there. But I think I might just use MAC Give Me Sun bronzer, which is like go-to bronzer always. This brush I've had donkey years since I first started doing makeup. It's the Baby Dome from Royal and Langnickel. My mum's actually been in my room to say bye, and my camera's now at my sort, but hey ho. So people always get confused where you should bronze. It's literally, if you place the brush on top of your ear, it's that kind of bone there. So I start at the back and work my way forward. Can you even see that, or is this ring light too bright? And then up into the hairline. And like the temple. So you can definitely see a difference. Okay, so bronzing is done. Next I'm going to do highlighter, and then I'm going to do blush because the highlighter I'm going to use is quite sparkly. So I'm going to use the Diamond and Blush Natasha Denona palette, which I actually got in the sale at Selfridges over Christmas. I think it was like £76 reduced to 38, so bargain. So I'm actually going to use this super sparkly, you literally can't see how sparkly that is in real life, but highlighter. This palette comes with 3 cream and 3 powder, and it has like this little like plastic window bit that keeps the creams nice and creamy. I'm not going to say that word because it's minging. And this is just like a cheap angled brush that doesn't even have a brand on it anymore, it's that old. And where that Charlotte Tilbury glow is, not right under the eye, but just here, I'm just going to rub that on. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this because of the light, but it is super glowy. So it sits just above your bronzer, and then I love a cream blusher, so I'm going to use the cream blush in this on like a duo fibre brush. This one's from MAC, and I'm just going to kind of buff that into my cheeks, but making sure that that highlighter is blended because you don't want that stripe. Same on the other side, same place. I do like to just bring it around the temple a little bit. She actually does this highlighter in a mini version, which I believe comes with a bronzer, and I think they're only £16 because Natasha Denona stuff is quite expensive, but it's because of how good the quality of the pigment is. So it's like pure pigment. She doesn't like substitute anything with like talc or anything like that. So if you do look at the eyeshadow palettes and think, oh my god, they're so expensive, yes they are, but that eyeshadow palette probably lasts your whole life. So it's definitely worth investing in. So I've done a highlighter here. You can probably actually just see where it stops, and that is why we do blusher next, because we want to kind of get rid of that mark that's kind of left behind from when you do your highlighter. I'm just going to get, if you put too much blush on, just get your sponge or your foundation brush and just go over it just to kind of blend it a little bit more. Mistakes are easily made, and don't think that like it's all plain sailing when you're a makeup artist and everything goes on like perfect first time, because it really doesn't. I've always got like concealer to hand or my foundation brush to help kind of perfect those mistakes that I've made. Next, I'm going to do some eyes. So I don't want to do anything crazy on my eyes, so I'm actually going to use maybe bronzer, I don't know. Let me just have a look in my drawer and see what I got. Okay, so I have decided I'm going to use bronzer, but then I'm going to use a bit of the Camel palette from, again, Natasha Denona, which has got these really nice like taupey camel kind of brownie shades. So I'm just going to start with, this is a Morphe brush that I got from Huda Beauty ages ago, but it's the MB23 brush, which is just like a thin blending brush. I'm just going to use the MAC Give Me Some that I used on my face. We already prepped my eyelids before when we did my under brow concealer, so we don't need to prep them again. So just starting kind of in the crease. You're probably going to be able to see it better on this eye because I can't see without using this mirror. And I'm practically holding my brush right at the very tip, and I'm just using like little circular motions to kind of buff that in. So this is classed as our transition colour. I wore bronzer on my eyes yesterday and I just really love it. Like, people think that you have to go all out with eyeshadow, but for like an everyday look, just put a bit of bronzer on your eyes. Like, the makeup police aren't gonna kill you, and not only that, like, it's the perfect shade for eyeshadow, so why not? So again, holding the brush right at the very end, and I'm literally just gonna go in. Are you gonna be able to see this? Right into the crease. The brush mainly does quite a lot of the work for you, so you don't need to be like super neat with it. That's like the key to most of the blend of an eyeshadow, is the brush that you use. If I was to use like a really dense brush now to do this, like something like this to put on, it's gonna look straight. You need a fluffy brush. My favourite fluffy brush is my MAC 224, but it needs a clean, so I'm not using that today. And also my Sugar Pearl tapered blending and crease brush, which is a synthetic hair, which is a really good blending brush as well. So when you're happy with the kind of colour you've got from that, I'm now going to just put on that middle taupey colour on the same brush, just a little bit lower, and this is just going to create a little bit more definition in the socket. So still kind of moving it backwards and forth, but just in smaller circular motions, so you can see how it's getting just ever so slightly darker. So this is more focused kind of just underneath the crease, and I'm just gonna dip in again and go in right in the inner corner, and go in again and go on the outer corner. So I'm just going to do a bit of a spotlight eye. So again, right underneath that orange that we've just done with the bronzer. Dip in again, go in the inner corner. Dip in again and go in the outer corner. So they won't be majorly matching at this point, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to get a bit of concealer, just the Kat Von D again, the Kat Von D one again, and this is the concealer buffing brush from Zoeva. I'm just going to dip it in and literally concentrate on that middle bit, but also kind of concentrate on making sure the edges are blended, because you don't just want like a blob of concealer on your eye. Same again on this side. Quite happy with that. And then just give that brush a wipe that we've been using, that fluffy one. And I'm just going to dip into that translucent powder from Estee Lauder. and just kind of pat it on top. Then dip in your bronzer again and just kind of make sure everything is blended. So this set I got again over Christmas in a Boxing Day sale from Too Faced. It was, I think it was retailed at 60 and it dropped to 36 I think, which came with 4 mascaras and 2 eyeliners, and it just kind of rolls up into this little rolly thing. It's the Better Than Sex mascara and Better Than Sex eyeliner, which are amazing. You are ideally meant to swap your mascaras every 3 months. I know a lot of people don't, but hey ho. But on the top it's got the different months, so you should use it Jan to March, April to June, July to September. I've actually left one of my mascaras in the car, which is a bit random. So I'm just going to open a fresh one, if I can get it out. There we go. Really good mascara. Really heavy packaging as well. It feels like quite nice. So I'm just going to put my mascara on. I always find this inner corner bit really hard and I always get it all over my eyelid, which is a little bit annoying, but never mind. So loads of layers of that. Do the other eye. I'm gonna just swap to a really old mascara. Now I know MAC discontinued this, which is the Optimum Black mascara, but I really like to use this underneath because it's like a really old mascara. I just find like it, because it is so old, it's not like really wet, it's quite a dry mascara, and you don't get a lot of smudging underneath. Cotton bud, run it underneath. Perfect. I'm going to pop a lip on and then I shall be back. Oh, my elbow. Ugh. Right, so I've just finished that off with Charlotte Tilbury lipstick in Penelope Pink, which is like a peachy kind of colour, and I've just popped it with Love Trap lip liner from Tilbury again, which is more like a rosy kind of colour, but just so the outline of my lip stands out a little bit more. So yeah, this is it. This is the finished look. I hope you have enjoyed this. I feel my next video is going to be my makeup drawers, because of me having a new makeup room, so that will be in the next 2 weeks, I would say. So bear with while I sort all this makeup chaos out, and I will do a couple of sessions of filming and then merge it all together, and it should be up in the middle of Feb, I would say. So I will see you guys then. I hope you've enjoyed this look. If you have, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in a few weeks.